Welcome to a bathroom movie review. We have our newest animated film of 2026, and not only that, but this is the 30th Disney Pixar film released, and that movie is Hoppers.
That was intense.
You know, it's funny because I did a movie review on GOAT, Sony's newest animated film, and in that review, I really dug into the side of, Sony, DreamWorks Illumination just gets a lot more unhinged with their humor than Disney does. And Disney Pixar is known for being magical and uplifting, but not so much the level of shock humor. Well, let's just say I was very, very humbled this weekend. So the premise of Disney's newest film basically follows the premise of another Disney film, Avatar. So if you've seen Avatar, Hoppers is like the kid version of Avatar. And you think that'd make you lose interest. As for me, I'm a big Avatar fan. But Hoppers went a fresh direction with it. In this story, we see 19-year-old Mabel, who's an animal lover, a nature fanatic, as she uses advanced technology to hop her consciousness and brain into a robotic beaver, and she works to rally the animals to fight back against the humans, specifically Mayor Jerry, who has greenlit a new highway, and this highway is being built right in the middle of a glade where Mabel spent her childhood. If you want to know more, go hop your way to the theater. Go support a movie. Get the full experience. So let's dig into the good because there is a lot of it. First of all, our main character is 19 years old. This isn't new for Disney Pixar. They have other stories about adults. Cars, Finding Nemo, The Incredibles. But it's always refreshing to me when they do have someone older being the main character. Elio, Luca, Coco, all good films. But there's something different about the humor and to me the depth of the movie when the main character isn't a child. And then there's the message of the movie. I was wondering going in if it was going to follow the basic humans are bad, ooh, just very black and white message like Fern Gully or other past animated films. But that is not what we got. Hoppers differentiates itself by being more about empathy and coexistence rather than, oh, human bad, must get rid of humans. Humans don't care about anything. Hey, I'm a human, and I know a lot of good humans. Stop hating. So the film definitely doesn't shy away from environmental destruction and showing the harm that humans can cause. It went for the perspective of humans and animals can learn to live together. And actually one of our characters, George, who's awesome, I'll get to that in a moment, he says multiple times in the movie, we're all in this together.
We're all in this together. Once we know that we are.
And while it shows that the environment and animals are definitely worth protecting, it goes a step further and shows that humans are also worth protecting, as George the Beaver teaches us in this movie. And side note, this movie had great music. It wasn't just original music made for the movie, but they actually took real good popular songs and threw them in. I like that. Okay, we'll talk about a lot of other things, but the main thing that stands out in this movie is I'm going to put it at the top of every Disney Pixar movie in terms of comedy. Yes, there are other great Pixar films, Cars, Toy Story, The Incredibles, Finding Nemo, and they are fantastic. But this one really pushed the boundaries of humor compared to other Disney films. And I'm just going to say it takes the W for humor. It was just so different with its style of comedy. At one point, my wife looked at me and said, wait, is this Disney? And I get why she was asking because it felt like a DreamWorks film. That crazy, zany shock humor they use? There was a lot of it in here, and I think it was so good, and I'm glad Disney is coming around to have more of this in kids' movies. I'd say another thing that helped with the humor was just the characters. You have Mabel, she's 19, she's kind of spunky, and then opposite her and someone she sees as an enemy is Jerry, the mayor. He's just this smug, loves the attention, typical mayor. Sorry to all the mayors out there, I just feel like a lot of movies portray mayors like this, who just cares about popularity and, having a highway that gets him to where he wants to go 4 minutes faster. And the voice of the mayor is John Hamm, which definitely helped. Besides Top Gun Maverick, John Hamm's usually just more of a comedic role. And the mayor, after I found out it was John Hamm, he kind of looks like John Hamm. So we have those two opposites, but then we have our two non-human characters that are also opposites. So we've got George the Beaver monarch, king of the mammals, and he's just such a good guy. Not one negative thing about him. He's kind, he's loving, he believes humans are good as well. And then opposite him is Titus, King of the Insects, voiced by Dave Franco. I knew nothing about this character going into it, but he was just crazy in all the right ways that make for a funny movie. And once again, polar opposite to George the Beaver. Without spoiling the movie, here's just a little bit of dialogue that made it so funny. So in this movie, which you see in the trailer, different creatures get eaten. And the answer is, well, we gotta eat somebody. They did not shy away from the food chain. At one point, a bird says, flap around and find out. A little bit of adult humor for us there, because there's another saying that doesn't say flap around and find out, but says, nah, we're not going there. And then one of my favorite lines in the movie, and this is a PG movie, Don't take it out of context. A real man reveals his plumage for all to see. It's a lot funnier if you just go see the movie. Just go see it. So yeah, they don't shy away from certain things. And also, at times, it's even like a comedic body horror movie. Can't really explain. Just go see it. And then the design drifted away from typical Pixar movies. I mean, the humans still look Pixar-esque, but there's parts of the movie or other characters that definitely feel fresh. New styles. I don't want to keep going to other animation studios, but I'm just proud that Disney's trying to mix it up a little bit with animation, because if they don't, they're going to fall behind. Look at Sony. I'd say Sony's the elite for their design and animation. Man, Into the Spider-Verse really did change a lot in animation, didn't it? Didn't it? Why is that so hard to say? Didn't it? Didn't it? Another thing I appreciate about this movie is the trailer did not give everything away. I thought it did. I was still excited to see it because it looked good. But when you watch the movie, the trailer made me think one thing, that is going to be a very black and white movie, humans versus animals. But there's a twist in the movie. There's a third party that comes in, and I love that. I like when I can go be surprised in a movie and the trailer doesn't just try to sell you by showing you the best parts. Oh, and another side note, we get a cool Easter egg to Up in there. Keep your eye out. I would have missed it, but luckily my wife is smarter than me and pointed it out, and Easter eggs are always fun. The last thing I'll mention is, even though this is hilarious, it's a great comedy, it does not take away from the heart of the film, or the heart that we all have come to expect from Disney. Well, I shouldn't say expect, because they've kind of floundered the past decade at times, but what we should get from Disney. That heart is based around the bond of family, specifically between Mabel and her grandmother, and then it flows into her relationships with the animals and nature, and it made me feel a little emotional during it. They still nailed it. So the comedy and the heart didn't overpower each other, but just flowed like a river. Made me shiver. Made me quiver. I'm working on my poetry and freestyle.
Stop it. Get some help.
Guys, between Sony's newest film, GOAT, and Disney Pixar's Hoppers, 2026 is definitely flexing their animated movies. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. And if you have seen it, what did you think? Do you agree with my review? Do you disagree? Am I overhyping it? Please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And come back to the bathroom for more movie reviews anytime. And flush.